My good friend C.S. Johnson has released the sequel to her epic comic book series, Dizchord, and I can finally bring you a full review. 'Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute, go for a ride down the side. Hi everyone, my name is Jacob Berry. Welcome to the StudioJake vidcast where I talk about all things pop culture. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, ring that little bell so you get notifications when I post a new vidcast, and consider becoming a channel member. All right, so previously I had done a review for Dizchord, which is done by my friend C.S. Johnson. She is the writer, and she also did a novel companion to it. So if you're not into comic book, she did write about her character in novel form. But as for the comic, she partnered with Light Comic Studio, who did this fantastic one. Now, when I first reviewed this one, the first issue, I did it via a digital copy that C.S. Johnson provided for me in advance. Now, for the crowdfunding campaign for the second one, you could get a physical copy of the first one as an add-on, and I did that. And I just noticed that the new edition that came with two, more on number two in a minute, my name is blurbed on there. So this is what I said about the first issue. I found the story interesting, the characters engaging, and very easy to follow. Johnson has a knack for making the main protagonist feel driven, and as a reader, I definitely loved reading Discord's story. And I stand by that statement. All right, so what I'm going to do is I published a written review on my website, StudioJakeMedia.com. So I'm going to read you that review and also afterwards add my own thought about the second issue, which I happen to have here, as well as the t-shirt that went with the campaign. So buckle up. Dizchord is back. American novelist C.S. Johnson once again partners with Light Comic Studio to bring us a sequel to the indie comic book hero with Dizchord Volume 2. Stephen is an Atlanta native who moonlights as the hero Dizchord, who can read the soul song of the people he encounters, giving him an edge in a fight. He soon finds himself dealing with the consequences of taking down his father's killer, the Marksman, when he is accused of murder. Deciding what to do, he runs into his childhood friend Harmony Westlake, whose mother is running for re-election. Things go wrong when a former thug from the Marksman gang plots a kidnapping. Light Comic Studio does an excellent job with the character designs and the action sequences. The artwork flows smoothly as we see Stephen go on this adventure while reconnecting with an old friend. I would like to also praise the cover. It looks pretty cool and gives you a tease of what is about to happen to Dizchord. C.S. Johnson knows two things: character development and Atlanta. I love how this comic builds on the previous adventure, seeing how Stephen has grown from the last issue. He uses the experience that shaped him to become better, even with Dizchord getting accused of murder. We also get some more flashbacks to Stephen's past and how his final moments with his father shaped him as a hero. It is fun, exciting, and it is just what comic book fans need in this era. And all that is true. Obviously, I wouldn't write it if I didn't think it was true. Yes, C.S. Johnson is a friend of mine, a close friend of mine. We have collaborated with each other before in the past, but I am giving you my honest opinion as I do with everything else. So, like I said about the cover, I love the design on this. This is really cool. I really like how they approached it and made it where Dizchord is out looking over his home city of Atlanta, Georgia, which is really cool. You don't see a lot of superheroes from Atlanta. Dizchord being able to look out over his city as he protects it. Now, I do like the front cover image better than the back one image. It's kind of like he's doing sort of a Nightwing or Spider-Man pose, and it's cool. It's a good design, but I just love this cover. This is a fantastic cover. I definitely think you should pick it up. Usually when she's done with campaigns, she puts them on Amazon to purchase, so I would definitely head over there. She also has a couple of other comic books. They are more like compliments to other writings she has done. Like I mentioned her Starlight Chronicles in a previous video. She has a comic book that takes place, I believe, in between book 1 and 2. And then she also has a comic book adaptation of a parody she wrote about a knight's search for the Holy Grail, which is about a knight trying to find a cup of coffee. That one is pretty fun as well. I have a review of both of those on my website, StudioJakeMedia.com, as well as several of C.S. Johnson's other books. What's really interesting, though, about Dizchord is I like how she's able to craft a story but not make it cheesy, because this is kind of a problem with more center of right content. It can be very cheesy. It can kind of go the same way SJWs, where the message overtakes the story. There's no problem with that with C.S. Johnson. And I also think it's very important because we see a lot of sort of women who are obsessed with identity politics. They get into high positions at comic book companies. We saw this at IDW, where they hired a woman who was known as a far left activist, and she immediately set about shoving a bunch of nonsense into things like Transformers and G.I. Joe, and it really turned off the fan base. Now, C.S. Johnson does not do that. She does have good themes, good values in her stories, but she's not a conservative SJW, for a lack of a better term. She puts things subtly. She doesn't shove everything in your face. And we need to support women who are creative like that. And that's another reason why I fully back Dizchord 1 and 2. I think if you pick it up, you'll have a good time reading it. It's a great superhero story, and it's one you can truly get behind. So I'm very excited for everyone. Go out, find a copy of Dizchord 1 and 2 or the novel. Get it, because Dizchord 3 is coming soon. If you liked that video, be sure to give it a like, share it out to all your friends, and tell them what you thought about it, and leave me a comment telling me what you thought about it. Don't forget to subscribe. You can also join as a channel member if you're on YouTube, where you can get all kinds of perks. Also, click that little bell so you get notifications when I post a new vidcast. Now, if you don't want to support me on big tech, click on the link to my locals community. It's in the description of the video. It's kind of like a combination of Patreon, Subscribestar, and Discord. I post exclusive content there, as well as other things. You can sign up for a monthly subscription, or you can send me tips for the articles I post. You can also pick up one of my novels. I have 4 out right now. I've got Cacophony, the Seven Royal series, and Blessed Child, which is my newest one. Go on Amazon, pick one or all of them up, and leave me a 5-star review. It really helps out small indie creators like myself, as well as C.S. Johnson. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time right here on Studio Jake.